Hello everyone and welcome to another EuroLeague Weekly. It's Final Four time. George, are you excited?
I'm excited that the season's over and we get to rest after this. It's been a long season with the Eurobasket starting on August 25th.
Oof.
We are currently on May 16th and it's been a long season for players, staff members,
For journalists, presenters,
media members, the people behind the cameras, the people typing stuff all the time.
Yeah,
It's been a long season, ladies and gentlemen.
That's episode number 28.
All right.
Ooh, that's a lot, right?
All
We have
right.
one more after the Final Four so we can wrap things up.
If only this was our only job, Dora.
No.
If only this was our only job.
Yeah, we have a lot of things.
You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. It's our repetition, I'm stacking.
But it was an interesting year. And I'm going to start with the word interesting because it was interesting what happened with Valencia.
Yeah, you know,
It was a pleasant surprise, I will say.
One exciting series because
Yeah.
the rest were basically sweeps and gentlemen sweeps. With Madrid gentlemen sweeping Hapoel, Fener gentlemen sweeping Zalgiris, and Oli taking care of business against Monaco. So at least these guys gave us 5 games.
Yeah, and you know, Valencia wrote a little bit of history this year. You know, a newcomer in the EuroLeague this year. They finished second in the regular season. Their coach got the Coach of the Year award. They had Zan Montero in the first team. He got also the Rising Star award. They managed to flip the series, becoming only the second team to have done it so far after Real Madrid back in 2023. That they did it against Partizan in a different way, but they did it. So they flipped the series from 0-2 to 3-2 and
Reverse
Yep.
sweep.
Yep.
Reverse
and, you know what? It's a fun to watch team, and I like them, and I want to see more Valencias in the future.
Let's see if I mean Paris. I don't like it when they compare it to Paris, but Paris came out of nowhere as well.
Yeah, they do.
Paris
they did.
came out of nowhere as well, so they deserve respect. But Valencia is a different animal. A lot of studs. And PANA, you know, the season wasn't going well. And once they reached 2-0, everybody thought the series was over. I did. They did.
Especially when the series came back to the
Yeah,
Telecom Center.
exactly. But guess who did it? Valencia. They did not believe the series is over. It's tough to go win at Oaxaca. They won twice. They brought it back to Game 5 with their studs. It's obviously the system. Pedro Martinez, I don't want to take away from what you're doing and the way that you run your team with the offense, the 8 seconds or less. But at the end of the day, you got studs. You got studs. We don't know. They don't get paid like studs yet. They will. But the studs play a big role in this. And even though Montero, remember what I told you about Montero, the LAS? I'll tell you the first 3 letters this week. But Badio.
I'm excited for all these guys. I'm excited to see how they're going to behave when it comes to the Final Four, because the semifinals is a totally different animal. It's only one game that will decide your entire year. But I'm also excited to see what are they going to do from after the Final Four and on, because these guys deserve big contracts. They deserve to play for big teams. Not that Valencia is not a big team. They're a huge team, especially this year. But I'm sure they're going to find their way and... you know, it was an exciting season. It was not an exciting season for Panathinaikos and Panathinaikos fans. I would say, George, and you know, I'm a Greek media presenter, so of course I support both Greek teams. But Panathinaikos' year was not successful. I will call it a failure because their
call a spade a spade. Call a spade a spade.
To the playoffs, they managed to get into the playoffs from the play-ins. So their first goal was not achieved. So the ultimate goal to go to the Final Four in their own house in the Telecom Center wasn't achieved. So yeah, for me, the year was a failure, especially when you have the biggest budget in the league, one of the biggest budgets that's in the league.
Yeah, we'll see some changes with PANA next year.
Are we? I'm waiting for these changes. I want to see what's going to happen.
Come on. Look, I'm going to look at the camera. I don't lie. Sometimes I might not disclose information that I know, but I don't lie.
Okay.
We've known this for quite a while. So some stuff will change, and we'll see. We'll see what they'll do next year. But now they have to watch the Final Four from home in their building. And we love basketball because it's a fair sport. And honestly, they didn't deserve to be there, and that's why they're not.
Yeah. Before we leave from this series to go on our best 5 for the playoffs, I have to say that there were 2 records, a positive and a negative record. The one is the 45 points in performance index rating from Zan Montero. That was one of the best performances, the best performance since the year 2012, 2004, 2005, I think.
My
so
God,
that
the
was quite a
one-legged-
performance for the playoffs.
The one-legged three, the DeMar DeRozan, Dirk Nowitzki type of the off one leg. Remember that shot? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and he's only 22, imagine. And a negative record when it comes to Game 5 of Panathinaikos' performance in the first and the second half. It was negative scoring, but
Somebody take the lid off the basket.
yeah, so yeah.
Take the lid
anyway,
off.
Anyway, that, we had records, a lot of records in this series. But let's move on to our team of the playoffs.
I'm not doing this. I'm not
You're
doing
not?
this.
Why?
Do we have a person that did not win the series in our starting five? The whole year, we said you have to win to be in the starting five. But now,
Behind
our
the camera is our
editor-in-chief, Demetrius, good-looking guy.
you know what?
Good-looking guy. He has nice hair. He has nice hair.
I
But-
give him oil to make them soft.
Right,
softer,
but
shiny.
why does Dimitris have a losing player in our starting five when the whole year we said you can't be in the starting five if you don't win?
You know what? Leave it on me when it comes time because it's gonna be my player to announce.
Okay, I like him too.
It's fine. I like the Natura. I like the necklace that he has. He also wears a
All right,
bracelet
all right.
from now on. Okay, let's start. So, one more time, our team of the playoffs is not based on performance index rating, but our choices are based on winning, which it didn't come really well with the with the center for this team.
Demetrius.
We're gonna change it. Don't worry.
Demetrius.
And overall performance, and I'm gonna start with my guy, the one and only Zan Montero. He's only 22 years old. He won the Rising Star Award. He was the first team of the league. He managed to take his team literally to the Game 5, win it all. He's going to the first Final Four for his team, first Final Four for him. This guy wasn't even in the EuroLeague last year. He's 22 to 23 years old. He broke his records during the playoff series with 29 points, with 45 points in performance index rating. He was averaging almost 7 assists per game. And you know what? He's already a superstar to me. I'm wishing him the best. I don't know where he's going to go next year, but wherever he's going to go, he's going to make the same impact.
Last week I gave you the second syllabus of what he is. This week I'll give you the first.
Oh.
So, PSO. That's the first syllabus of what he is in Greek.
Yeah.
But I'm Greeklishing it. So last week I said it, and now I said the first. And now the Greeks can put it together even though they know what I'm talking about. Moving on to shooting guard, we'll go to the Fener Zalgiris series with Wade Baldwin coming up big in the clutch. Game 3, it all looked like Zalgiris is going to tie the series and take it to Game 5 back in Turkey. But guess what? Wade Baldwin just went to the rack, tied the game. Great performance overall against Fener. 14.5 points, almost 4 boards, 5 assists, and a block per game while posting a solid PIR, 17.2. Is that good for fantasy? Are they going back to back? I'll say no. I will say no. How about you?
I'll say
I don't know. I have other shows to do and to tell people.
Oh my God. George.
I mean, you're going to be there at the Final Four, so you're going to have to say it there. I hope somebody presses and doesn't let you off the hook.
Okay. I hope so too. Okay, let's move to Trey Lyles from Real Madrid. Yes, he's a little bit more of a stretch forward, but his natural position is power forward. They used him a little bit at the 3. You know, Coach Cariola tried to shuffle a little bit the deck with, especially in bigger lineups. You know what, George? I have to support him. You know, I'm a Cambacha fan when it comes to Real Madrid, but he's Canadian. This guy is Canadian, so I have to support him.
What about that?
My husband is Canadian, so
Is he scared of the dark?
Stop.
Does he like donuts? I know he's super polite. And super nice.
So Trey Lyles had
Stereotypes, guys, stereotypes.
11.2 points per game against Hapoel with 43 almost percent from the three-point line, along with almost 5 rebounds per game and almost 2 assists with no turnovers. So that was really good for Coach Cariola's team. They got the ticket to another Final Four. You can never leave out the queen, Real Madrid, when we talk about the Final
You can if they have no center.
Well,
You were a guard, right?
no, it was a power forward.
Power forward, you can't play center in this league's in the league in 2026. But moving on to power forward, MVP light work. I am kind of surprised the EuroLeague hasn't written the light work thing. They might do it in the Final Four. Sasha light work. Vezenkov. How about 17 a game? 17 a game is nothing for Sasha Vezenkov. 17-5 in a clean sweep against Monaco. The MVP, the only player along with Parker, of course, to win it 2 times. 17 points on 63% from the floor and 42% from 3. Did not miss a free throw and posted a PIR of 17.7. Light work. Are they going to win it? I say yes. I'll say it right now. I'll say it later. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Last but not least, we're going to talk about our senders. What do you want to add at this position? Which one?
Me?
Yeah.
Or you?
We're going to both add one. But not a
No,
two.
me, as in George.
We love
George,
you, but
center.
we have to put someone who's going to the Final Four.
On 0% from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Those were my playoff stats. I did not make a bucket. No, it's okay. Let's go. Dano Turu.
Yeah.
Hapoel.
Yeah.
Great season overall. He didn't have players back him up. Unfortunately, Dimitris decided that we're going to have a player that did not
make it to the Final Four.
But
I'm going to who you want to talk about? Let's add our own center.
I would put we have to put, it has to be from a winning team, right? So Madrid, I would put Garuba. He stepped in for Tavares and Len. I would put Garuba. From Oli, it was a clean sweep. It was a short
series, but I will definitely choose Nicola Milutin.
And Valencia. So what our guy should have done, I'll tell you what he should have done. He should have put Trey Lyles at the center, because he's a power forward center, Sasha at the 4, and bring on Badio.
Oh, yeah. But we have no. Badio deserves to be in this team, but we have him for a different segment. We have to be honest, because Badio is a stud. He played so well, especially in Game 5. And I know Montero gave him all the credit for his performance. So
you know what they remind me of? Grant and Nunn in 2024, when one guy was doing the carrying on offense and the other guy on defense. That's what they remind me of.
Speaking of Badio. Papi. So, our out of nowhere player of the playoffs, powered by Puma, is no other than this guy, Brancou Badio.
Wow.
So, let's be honest, George. There is no one guy who carries the show for Valencia. It's a lot of people. Yes, Montero is the superstar, if you want to call it, for this team. But what about Badio? He was all over the place. He took care of business, especially in Game 5 and in the Telecom Center, Games 3 and 4. He was amazing. I don't know. It was like it didn't come out of nowhere. I'll say that, but the entire season for this team and all these players was out of nowhere.
It's just super impressive to see a team with no experience get it done. It's when a team without experience was down 0-2, lost 2 games at home, and came back and won 3-2. This is insane.
And if we want to talk about numbers, when it comes to, different games, they require different measures, especially for Valencia against Panathinaikos. It was a difficult series. He had only 6 points in Game 4 in the Telecom Center. However, Montero was amazing with 29 points and 45 points in performance index rating. So it didn't leave a lot of room for other players to step up. He was not shooting well. He had only 1 for 9 field goals. But guess what? Game 5 came in their home court. And he stepped up his game because they knew they're going to apply a lot of pressure on Montero, even if they didn't do a great job. But he had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 25 points in performance index rating. What else do you want him to do? Now they have
Make me an omelet.
Step up. Yeah, paella. Now they have to step up the game even more because they're going to face Real. And I want to see that's going to be an interesting Spanish matchup.
He's just amazing. The poise that he has, controlled, always locked in. It's impressive. I want to see him do it more because we've seen sparks from everybody. Yeah. I want to see it do it more, but this is at the highest level. Yeah. The playoffs. A lot of people show up in the regular season. These guys showed up when it mattered most.
Yep.
Are out of nowhere player of the playoffs.
Yeah, and even if they didn't have any experience in this kind of situation.
Except Darius Thompson and Costello, but.
Yeah.
The 3 guys carrying the load had 0 experience. Montero, Badio, and Taylor. So it's time for our SKWEEK Fan Zone. Let's see what we got. Only 2 episodes remaining, guys. So make sure to send DMs to SKWEEK TV on Instagram to be featured on the show.
Okay. Are you going to start or you want me to start?
I'll start. I am terrified
Ooh.
by the thought that we still won't win the trophy this time, guys. With PANA out and Fener, Real, and Valencia looking at the least one level below us. If we crack under the pressure again this year and fail to win, honestly, I'll only be watching water polo and field hockey. I'm not sure Oli has a field hockey team. From now on, I don't know if you caught it, but my hot take is that Olympiacos won't win the EuroLeague. Of course, I'm praying for the exact opposite. Anywhere, here's to great Final Four, Vagelis. Vagelaramu. Listen, bro. You beat Fener, you'll win the Final Four.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
It is. You know, this is the 5th time Olympiacos is going to a consecutive Final Four and the 15th overall. That says a lot about what kind of team Olympiacos is, what are the goals of this team. Yes, their only thing that they have left throughout this cycle, these 5 years, is to get this trophy because there were a lot of successes, but there were a lot of failures. And you know, the players know it. And they know that if they don't win this year's EuroLeague, it's going to be a failure, even though they made it to another Final Four. Their 5th consecutive, which is not to underestimate getting there, but you know, at some point you have to get it. So, yes, I believe that if they pass Fener, which is not an easy thing to do, we're talking about the best defense in the league right now, they're going to have not an easier game, but it's going to be a game that
Oli's going to win it, man. Let's just say it. Oli's going to. Last time I was on a panel with Dora Panteli, and I said Oli's going to win it. They lost on the final shot. So it's bold for me to be on a panel with Dora Panteli again 3 years later and saying that Oli's going to win it. If, again, they don't, I'm not going on a panel with you saying it's going to happen. But
we are
now,
Greeks, of course. We want a Greek team to get the
it's not
trophy.
it's not about that.
I want the best team to get the trophy.
The best team is Oli right now.
I want the best team that will perform at its best during the Final Four to get the trophy. I'm a basketball person. Basketball is a fair sport. So I believe that the best team will win.
I'll read the second one.
My answer.
I'll read the second one. I'm on fire right now.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Hello, guys. Remember me. Brother, I do not remember what I had for lunch yesterday. I wrote to you last week as well, telling you that Valencia would eliminate PANA and go on to win the EuroLeague. I was proven right for the first prediction. In a few days, I'll be proven right on the second one too. At this point, I'm not afraid of Real Madrid or anyone else. We're coming to Athens to win it all. Ricardo. Listen, Ricardo. Real Madrid playing without Tavares is a big, big break for you. Tavares is the only player that scares other EuroLeague players. And I know this. I said it and I know it. Tavares scares people. So you have nobody to be scared of right now but Real Madrid. Jersey's pretty heavy. So you better be careful on that semi. Yep. Good luck, Ricardo.
And they have a lot of experience during...
Congratulations. And respect.
Congratulations.
Respect, Ricardo.
Yeah. I believe the same thing too. They had a remarkable year when it comes to Valencia, but against Real Madrid is not the same. This is a very experienced team, especially they've been to so many Final Fours. These players have tons of experience. They can handle this kind of pressure. They can take the game down to, late clock situations, possession by possession. They're a very experienced team. They're very dangerous, and they have a really good coach. And you have a really good coach too. So it's going to be quite a matchup, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And now it's time for our Final Four preview.
What Final Four preview? I already told you everything, and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, let's see. It's going to be a difficult game.
No, let's going to see matchup per matchup. Let's going to start with Olympiacos versus Fener. These teams are sharing a win when it comes to the regular season. Olympiacos was able to win 104-87.
They dismantled them.
And then things didn't go very well. But I think Olympiacos, when they traveled there, they didn't have a lot of players.
They had no Nicola. They had no Nicola and no somebody else, but no Milutino for sure.
Yeah, Olympiacos has been clearly a better offensive team this year. And Fener has been a really good defensive team. I want to see that matchup. I want to see their approach. I don't know how both teams are going to approach the game. I'm really...
you don't know?
I do know. I mean, I want to be surprised a little bit. I want to see what we're not going to see, we didn't see during the regular season.
So guys, don't tell anybody this, but they're going to go under on THT, and they'll probably go under on Wade Baldwin as well. And unless they hit those 3-pointers,
well, yeah,
Oli is going to win comfortably. But don't tell anybody because super difficult basketball.
There is no comfortably...
They're going under almost.
When it comes to the playoffs.
They're packing the paint. That's what they're doing. They're packing the paint. And if Tariq Biberovic doesn't go hero mode, I don't see it, guys. I'm sorry.
And when it comes to advanced stats, if we want to talk about numbers, a little bit about numbers, we have to say that Olympiacos, when it comes to offensive rating, they go up to 113.5 points plus 5.5 assists. That's a great number. They can produce a lot of points. The difference from last year's Olympiacos is that they do it with different ways. They were scoring last year, but they were scoring with less options. But they had good players like they have this year.
They didn't got Tyler Dorsey, MVP mode.
Now we have Tyler Dorsey, Evan Fournier, we have Nicola Milutinov, and of course the MVP.
Mr. Lightwork.
Shasa Vezenkov. So there are a lot of options out there for Olympiacos, and everybody's healthy. Last year, from their second unit, they had a lot of issues, a lot of injuries. They weren't healthy throughout the season. They weren't healthy at the end of regular season, even though they were first. But then Final Four was not great for them, and I think it was the result of all these ups and downs throughout the season. This year, everything goes perfect. Everybody's healthy. Everything is as it's supposed to be. They have even more options than last year, but the reigning champs are there. Fenerbahce will be there. Sarunas Jaskevicius is a hell of a coach. He used to be one of my favorite players too. I have to be honest with that. And he's a great coach, so it is Coach Barjokas. And I think he's gonna have a plan, a very physical, defensive plan.
Well, at least that's
the thing he can do.
Dora contributed to the segment with that. She's right. Tada's going to try to be physical. Let's see. But moving on to semifinal number 2.
Ooh, that's going to be a Spanish battle. Those Spanish teams, Valencia, the rookie, and then the queen, Real Madrid, with 11, right? 11.
Isn't it 11 EuroLeague titles? This year it's been 2 and 4. Valencia won the Super Cup and the first EuroLeague meeting. Real has won the last 4 matchups. That's 4 straight wins for Madrid. Madrid has their number.
Yeah.
1,000%. But now without Tavares, I don't know. And Len, of course. They don't have their backup center as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Usman Garuba trying to make things happen for Madrid.
And you know what, George? A lot of people will say they're missing their post players. So it's going to be easier if you don't have a post player to run up and down and follow Valencia. But why you need a post player when you play with a team like that was proven at the series against Panathinaikos. The Panathinaikos didn't have a backup when Lesor was getting tired. They didn't have a backup because Kenneth Farid got injured. And when you play against a team that likes to go up and down, you need to place the ball in the basket. You need to try to control the rhythm by putting the ball on your post's hands. So they're not going to have that. That's what they're going to miss. They're going to miss controlling the rhythm from the post player. Not only just rebounds and scoring, because Tavares wasn't just doing that, or Len. They were trying to give them the ball so they can control the rhythm of the game. So that's going to be a difficult thing tactically for Coach Scariola to do, to find a way to control the rhythm in another way.
Who do you got?
You know what? Real Madrid is Real Madrid. They didn't have a great year. Last year, they weren't even in the Final Four. This year, they had a lot of issues, but they proved that, you know what? No matter what, we can get there because we have the experience. Valencia is a Cinderella story. I love stories like that. And I think if they go to the final, we're going to have a great story to tell, no matter what's going to happen. So I give it a 50-50. They're both... Oh, my God. I'm the presenter of the Final Four. I cannot have favorites.
Listen, I'll go with the under. I'll go with the under. 171 points is too many. I'll give you... There's ways to give diplomatic answers.
Yeah.
I'll go with the under 171 points. That's it.
Okay.
From random hot takes, we'll take you to random stuff that we saw on the internet this week.
Completely
internet
random.
is undefeated, as you know by now. We will go to the beef that we didn't know we needed between Ofer Yannay and Ergin Ataman.
So, after I managed this, I saw that the president of the Hapoel Tel Aviv, I'm sorry, I don't know his name because it's first time I saw him in the sport, in our level, in the EuroLeague competition. I am here for 25 years. He made one statement. This is disrespectful, scandalous. By the way, Coach Ataman. He knows my name very well. Of course, he must know because I'm 25 years in this EuroLeague with 3 EuroLeague titles with 5 EuroLeague Final Four. By the way, Coach Ataman, from what I heard, I know from who he heard, your players felt like they did not have a coach. The president told about this. And I want to say to the president, I don't know you, maybe you are a good guy, but you are very unrespectable against the other club, other coach. Focus to your own coach, your own players, and your own team. Watch to your results. This is your first year in the EuroLeague. You don't have any rights to talk about me. You don't have any right to talk about me. And from who you heard this, tell them to be courage, and you can say about this, not you, you are the president. I want to say these things very important for me because I cannot accept the comment of some people that is my opponent. He needs to be respect. Talk with your players. And for the last thing that I say, I heard that you will make 75 million euros budget for the next year. Good luck. But even if you make 100 million budget with this mentality, you will not win nothing. You will never come to my level. Never come to my level. Okay. You will not win even 1 EuroLeague. I won 3 EuroLeague in the last 5 years. Shut up and talk with your team.
So after Tavares, now he's with Coach Ataman. That's it. He will keep.
You know what the
busy.
difference between all these guys is? That Tavares, his team is actually in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Ataman's at home and Yannay's at home. So they're talking a lot because they're not busy. That's why.
A lot of free time.
They have a lot of free time.
But you're going to be next now if he watches the show.
What? What do you mean?
You're going to be next.
I don't care.
He's going to say something about it.
I don't care. Come at me, see what happens.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
So what happened here is like Ofri and I posted something. It was an X or...
I'm actually with Edgin on this one.
Okay, yeah.
Coach,
I'm just
I'm with you.
Say,
I'm with you on this.
It's disrespectful and outrageous. By the way, Coach Ataman, from what I heard, your players felt they don't have a coach. That was after Coach Ataman's comments about TJ George, which I'm not with Coach on this.
I'm not with Coach on that.
I disagree completely. The entire year, if we make comments about players or anything else, no. Let's focus on what we can do to change the situation.
Yeah, but the Hapoel Tel Aviv owner is bitter because he lost Nigel Hayes-Davis to PANA. Okay. And now he's throwing shade at a guy who's won 3 EuroLeague titles.
Yeah, I'm going to say something.
And you never know if you're going to want to hire this guy. So
true. And as he said, I'm not, we have to
And you're at home, bro. Like, if you're at the Final Four and you're throwing shade, it's different because you're at the Final Four and they aren't. So you're home and they're home and you just want social media attention. Like, is that how it works?
And we have to be honest, Coach Ataman's team didn't make it to the Final Four, which was like a disappointment to everybody. And as we said before, their year has failed. But this guy has been 25 years in the league. He has won 3 titles. He's
a legendary head coach, guys.
Yeah,
you like him, it don't matter. He's a winner. He has won at the highest level
more thing, George,
multiple times.
Let's just let the players play the game.
Yeah.
None of us is more important than the product. Not the media, not the owners, not everybody. These are the stars. We try to draw the attention to other things. What we try to build is going to fail. So this is something that I've observed throughout the years. Every time that we deal with all the drama around what really matters, it has negative results.
Cut that, clip that, pin that, share that. That was gold.
Okay, let's see our next tale.
Let me do this. So if you're not Greek, you don't know him, but this guy's the most viral comedian in Greece. He happens to be a part of our greater Novi Bet family. Alexandros Touvelas. People love him. People sell out arenas.
Tuvi.
They sell out arenas to watch this guy all over the.
And he also supports Panathinaikos. We have to say that so people understand.
He goes to Germany. He goes to America. Like
sold out arenas everywhere.
Sold out arenas around the world. So this guy's legit.
Κύριε Μοντέρο, να σου πω τώρα κάτι. Κοίτα με λίγο. Κύριε Μοντέρο, που είπες ότι μπορούμε να τους κερδίσουμε και 5 και 6 και 7 και 8 φορές. Πρώτον, ρούφα του Ataman του γιαουρτλού. Πρώτον. Και δεύτερον, μπορεί να χάσει και την.
It's all right, like overrated as fuck in my opinion. I mean,
Morning rain clouds up my window. I can't see at all. And even if I could, it'd all be great. But your picture on my wall, it reminds me that it's not so bad.
And he came at Montero.
Yeah.
And that did not end well for Chuy.
Yeah, not at all.
Did not end
Especially after game 5. And Montero wrote back, whatever he said, say thank you. And that was a little bit ironic. Yeah. So I think Tuvi now knows better.
Tuvi's not calling out Montero again unless he wears green next year.
Yeah, maybe. You never know.
You never know. You never know. Is that it?
I want the best team to win this Final Four. I want to see highlights. I want to see excitement. I want to see a lot of good plays. I want to see records. I want the best team to win this Final Four. I'm excited.
We're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, we will see you after the Final Four, of course. Since Sunday,
a recap.
Everybody will be tuned in to this exciting event.
But until then, see you at this year's Final Four in Athens at the Telecom Arena.
Bye-bye.
I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights.